Alright guys, I'm working on this 2014 or 15 Dodge Grand Caravan. Customer, they just did a tune-up and he has a misfire with no check engine light. Okay, there is no check engine light on. Alright, as you can see. So what I'm gonna do is go inside and scan this thing anyway. Okay, you never know, there could be some code stored in the memory, guys. So I always tend to go in the shop and scan every car, no matter if the light on or not. All right, so that's what I'm about to do now, guys. So let's go over to the computer and find out what this computer sees. All right, let's get it. All right, guys, we're at the computer. Yes. Oh, this is 2019. Wow, fairly new. Okay, and guys, as you can see, no fault codes in the PCM. We got a couple of codes in the sliding door modules, but nothing in the PCM. So what do you do now? You start diagnosing. Alright, no sense wasting time over here. So guys, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go, let me get in the car, we're gonna go on a test drive and see if we can not duplicate it, but see if we can find something out. I'm gonna hook up my scan tool. Alright guys, let's get it. Alright guys, we're back in the van. We're gonna go on a test drive, guys. Like I say, you're not gonna always get bailed out by the computer. Some cases it will bail you out. Bail you out, when I say bail you out, I'm speaking about the computer giving you a fault code. Fault codes are pretty much needed sometimes to be at least put in the right direction, guys. So yes, but it's not gonna always happen, guys. Sometimes your mechanical skills, your mechanical abilities need to come out. All right, so let me pull over right here. What we're gonna do, guys, hey, you already got one set up. So guys, I'm gonna set up my scan tool. I'm gonna go on a drive. I can feel this thing bucking, so I might not even have to test drive it. In some cases you should test drive it to verify the complaint. I verified the complaint pulling in. Yes, I feel a miss. But as you saw earlier, there was no fault codes. So, yeah, you can feel a bump. Oh, it's bumping a lot. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Let me pull up my scan tool, because we're going to look at misfire monitors, okay? We're going to see if we can see actual cylinders missing, because it might not be in the parameter window in order to set the code, but there still could be a problem, guys. You ever had a car sitting right there before your eyes running terribly bad with no fault codes? Yes, guys, it happens. Okay, it happens more than you know. All right, that's when mechanical skills of yourself have to come out. All right, so let's do this. Let me set this right here just in case I will have to test drive. Hey, perfectly. Okay, all right, guys, we're on the OBD monitors now. What we're looking at is misfire. Okay, you can see, make sure y'all can see. In fact, let me do one of these numbers. Now, you can see the 200 rev counter is counting, all right? So here's the 6 cylinders. Right there, y'all see the 6? Oh, as you can see down there, guys, what do y'all see? Cylinder 6 is counting. Okay, so guys, we likely have a problem with cylinder 6. Now, what I recommend you do is bogging it down. Bogging it down is a term we use, is manually put the car under load as if you was driving under a hill. Okay, I have the car in drive, my feet on the brake, and I'm gonna press the gas. Let's see what happens. Oh, it's missing bad. Y'all see that? Every time it buck, cylinder 6 will count up. Alright, now does it under load and without a load. So guys, the computer just not sophisticated enough to pick that up. Now also keep in mind, the computer do not monitor secondary ignition. Okay, meaning if the core actually sparking. Yes, it can monitor the primary side, but the computer have no way to tell if that core put out the spark, the proper spark that it was supposed to. Okay, it just doesn't monitor secondary ignition from a secondary standpoint. Primary, yes, like I say, but guys, we have a problem with cylinder 6. All right, so now what I suggest you do, pull out a spark plug, check things like spark plugs and the ignition coil. Keep in mind, under a load, your ignition coil does the most work, so it's likely the culprit. All right, now I would steer clear of things like injector. There's a number of things that can cause misfire. Injectors is one, a vacuum leak is one, spark plug is one, ignition coil is one. But guys, we have a misfire under load, so you likely have under load. What's doing the most work on the low, guys, is your ignition coil and your spark plug. So you likely have a problem with your spark plug and or your coil. Some people just replace them both, okay, on that particular cylinder they're having problems with. So yes, if you're going to do one spark plug, do all the spark plug, but you can, however, do one coil. All right, this is a 6-cylinder engine. In fact, cylinder number 6 is under the plenum, so you will have to remove the plenum in order to gain access to the plenum, or gain access to the spark plugs. All right, guys. So there's really, I wouldn't say there's no need to test drive it, but I've just verified everything I needed to verify. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, is go back into the shop and see if we can visually see something. Sometimes you can visually see like an arcing where it appears the coil have been arcing. That's a dead giveaway of a secondary misfire coil failure. Or the spark plug could be worn out. At 50,000 miles, that's probably unlikely, but it's worth a try. All right, guys, let's go back in the shop. Let's get it. All right, guys, here we go. This is where we stand, okay? I highly suspect number 6 injector, number 6 ignition coil is breaking down on the load. Happens all the time, guys. So I wrote up a tune-up, and not so much a tune-up because he said he already replaced the plugs, okay? Likely because he didn't have a scan tool, he couldn't see that there's a misfire in cylinder 6. So he just put plugs on thinking that will repair the car. But unfortunately, without a scan tool, without a way to monitor misfires, you have no way of knowing, okay? So he took a stab at it with spark plug. Now I wrote up ignition coil. All right, now I have to stop right here because he have exceeded his 1 hour diagnostic time, okay? I've been on this car, well, no, 45 minutes, but I'm not going to take the plenum off just to look at the coil. I highly suspect that coil is breaking down because we're dealing with a load, guys. Remember what I said, under a load, you're talking secondary ignition. All right, now I will question as to what spark plugs he used, okay? This particular car, I'm a big fan of NGKs and Champion, okay? That's pretty much what Chrysler using most all their vehicles. So I'm not saying the other brands are garbage. I'm just saying what I've been known to use and work with the ignition system. So we're at a standstill, guys. Either he buy it or don't. He's fairly mechanically inclined. I'm sure he know all you got to do to replace a coil is to do the same thing you did to replace the spark plug. So I don't know, but I've done my 1 hour diagnostic time has been complete, and we'll see what happens from there. But I will not leave this video open, guys. So keep in mind, guys, the computer do not monitor fuel pressure or secondary ignition. Okay, it doesn't know what the fuel pressure is, but inadvertently other sensors will be affected, which will tell the computer you likely have a fuel delivery issue. Okay, so it's all, the computer is pretty smart, but it have no way to monitor fuel pressure directly. There's no fuel pressure sensor on this model. Some of the newer stuff have an actual fuel pressure sensor in line with the fuel system, okay? Well, that's it, guys. That's all I have. Thanks for watching, man. Comment, subscribe. Guys, already be subscribed. If you ask any questions, I'll take any questions on any video, on any topic. Just make sure you already subscribe and give the video a thumbs up, all right? That's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all on the next video.